Hey traders, welcome back to another daily profit and loss recap. Today I took a loss of $188 across 3 different trades, 2 of which were profitable and 1 was a losing trade. So let's go through these trades and break down my thought process behind why I bought and sold at the prices that I did and how I could have better executed these trades in order to have a profitable day. The first trade that I want to go over is going to be GSIT. So over here in the Market Master group, GSIT was a stock that we were watching this morning. I posted in the group in pre-market at 9:23 a.m. GSIT, if anyone is looking for a dip buy here on this big runner from Friday, there's a good chance we will see it bounce from the $4 area. I posted a picture of the chart, and as you can see on the volume profile over here, the $4 area as well as the 350 area are very high volume levels on the volume profile, which means that as the stock pulls back into those levels, there is potential for them to become a level of support for the stock to start bouncing from there. That was my thought process behind why I was looking for GSIT for a bounce. Originally, I was looking at this as an opportunity to short sell, and the reason for that is because in after hours on Friday, it had this massive run up to $8 per share. I was hoping to see that it would consolidate around that area in pre-market this morning, Monday, and then start to kind of reject that $8 area. So that way we could short sell into it and then hopefully profit from a big pullback. But that didn't happen. Instead, in pre-market, it kind of just faded lower and lower and lower. So there really wasn't much of a good short opportunity once the market opened. Instead, we see that it had a pullback at the market open. It had a halt to the downside. After that halt was over, it hit a low of $4.09. And it started to take off from there. It ran all the way up to a high so far for the day of $7.16. Now, although I was prepared for this trade, I did not execute it well at all. I'm a little bit disappointed in my trading today overall, but specifically with this trade because I was ready to buy into the low fours. I had this plan that was ready and posted in the group in pre-market, and then it pulls back to 409. I missed that entry point. And as it starts to bounce back up, the time that I got in was actually after it started to form a few higher lows. So it forms this peak here at $4.47, pulls back, forms a higher low, comes right back up into that previous peak and forms a bit of a double top before coming back and forming another higher low. So after I saw these higher lows forming and I started to see that it pushed through this double top here, I started to buy into a small position in the 450s. Now, at this point, I was not super confident in this trade. That's why I only took a 1,000 share position. And from there, I locked in profits as it spiked up into VWAP as well as into this opening range. For me, both of those levels are potential areas of resistance, so I thought that there was a good chance that it would reject those levels and then pull back again to the low fours. So again, because I wasn't super confident in this trade, I had a small position and I didn't have very much patience once the trade started to move in my favor. So I locked in a few $100s in profits on that trade, which I know overall I probably should be happy with that because it was a profitable trade. But if we zoom out, we can see this is where I was locking in profits, and this is where it went to about an hour later. Very easily could have made several thousands of dollars on this trade, even without taking a larger position, if I just would have been more patient with locking in profits. So the very important lesson that I took from this trade is to scale in and out of your trades. This is something that I regularly do. In fact, I do it with probably 95% of my trades. It's very rare that I buy my entire position right off the bat and then sell my entire position right off the bat. So for example, if my trade was planning to be 1,000 shares total, usually I would buy 200 shares at a time and then another 200 and then another 200 and so on and so forth until I reach that maximum position size. And that allows me to scale in and slowly get a good average price on my position without going all in at once. The same thing is true for selling out of that position. I like to lock in profits along the way, but not sell all of them all at once. Again, the reason that I didn't do that in this case is just because I wasn't super confident in this trade. Okay, but anyway, moving on to the next trade for today, we have ORGO. This was a trade straight out of the Market Master Group's trade plans. These trade plans were posted this weekend. So we can see the trade plans for ORGO were that this was a recent earnings winner with some nice momentum going on, as well as a break and close above the key $3 resistance. we take a look at the chart that was posted along with these plans, we can see on the daily chart, $3 is clearly a level of resistance. But on Friday, it was able to not only break above that price, but also close above that price. So Monday, I was looking for a continuation. Ideally, that $3 resistance would turn into a level of support for a dip buy opportunity, and the next target was going to be $3.40. So I pretty much traded this exactly as it was drawn out with those trade plans. I waited for it to pull back into that $3 area. I saw that it was consolidating there above, and I bought into another pretty small position. I had a total of 1,500 shares, and my average price was really solid down here at about 304. However, similar to GSIT, I locked in profits into this pop up here into the VWAP, and I missed out on some potential profit as it was able to break through and push up towards the high of the day. Okay, all of that being said, those two trades, GSIT and ORGO, were profitable. The losing trade for me today that was a little bit of a bigger position than these other two, which ended up canceling out these two winners, was with the stock WISA. WISA was a stock that was gapping up in pre-market today. So if you've been watching these videos, you know that if I'm trading a stock gapping up in pre-market, there's a good chance I'm looking for an opening range breakout to take advantage of that momentum carrying into the market hours. And that's exactly what I was looking for with WISA. In the Market Master group in the trading chat, every single morning we post the opening range breakout levels for the main stocks that are gapping up in pre-market. WISA had an opening range breakout level of $2.43. If we take a look here at the market open, we can see it starts to push above that $2.43 level, pushes back up into the pre-market high, breaks above the pre-market high, and then for a very short period of time here, for a few minutes, it starts to look like it's forming a little bit of support above that pre-market high. So where I went wrong with this trade was I started to add into my position up here as it was holding above those pre-market highs with the expectation that it was going to continue up and break up into the 280s. Now, generally speaking, there would be nothing wrong with that trade, but what I've found from my experience in the market is that if we take a look here at the bigger picture, this stock was consolidating near those pre-market highs into the open, and from tracking data and from seeing these stocks time and time again, I know that this type of setup tends to do exactly what WISA ended up doing. Most of the time, they'll have a small breakout above that pre-market high, and then they'll dump straight back down and sell off for the rest of the day. So again, where I went wrong was adding into this instead of taking profits into this spike, because if I would have done that, I would have had a nice little profit on this trade. And after the other trades with GSIT and ORGO, today would have ended up being a nice profitable day. So overall, even though it was a small red day, I only lost $188, and last week, my total profits were over $6,000, as you can see from the past 5 daily profit and loss recaps. I am still disappointed because this loss in WISA was very easily avoidable, and on top of that, the trade with GSIT shoulda, coulda, woulda been a very profitable trade had I been a little bit more confident in the setup and had I been a little bit more patient in selling my shares. But that's the name of the game. Sometimes you are on your A game as a trader and sometimes you're not. Today I simply wasn't, and I decided to call it quits for the day because I haven't really been seeing any solid setups. Fortunately, since I kept my losses small, I'm hopeful and confident that I'll be able to make back this loss tomorrow or within the next few trading days. Anyway, thank you for checking out this video. If you enjoyed, please make sure to give it a like and subscribe to the channel. And if you want to be in our trading chat to hear about the stocks that I'm trading in real time, as well as chat with the team, get our daily detailed trade plans, our day trade and swing trade alerts, and even check out our live scanner streams to see the scanners that we're watching in real time, you can try out the Market Master group for free. There's going to be a link down below in the description to do so. But anyway, thank you again for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and good luck with your trading.